dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ Nuki, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
We're back on the channel with another
Kid and C original. It's okay. Okay.
It's your boy. What the hell? Welcome back to the channel, man. We got top 10 Gordon Ramsay's best insults. Customer. Dude. Hey. I don't know. I'm happy, man.
I'm done.
With that being said, man, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, lock it in with a thumbs up and let us know.
Definitely.
I know I'm finna enjoy it. It's Gordon. Let's get it.
Gordon Ramsay is a well-known star chef around the world, not only for his cooking, but also for his sharp tongue and hilarious comebacks.
You donkey!
While most of those are directed at his apprentices and the business owners he's helping, there were several occasions in which the customers weren't spared either. During the heat of the 10th service night, many have failed to frazzle the always sharp Gordon, and the following are some of the best situations.
2 seconds, please, madam. Service, please.
You look exactly like a quail.
You're trying to poison me? Poison you? What a It's beef, you the tartar.
As usual, Gordon was pissed off because one of the competitors messed up the scallops.
And Chef Ramsay sent her to the dining room to eat her mistakes.
An angry customer decided to complain about his food.
Is it cooked? Prepare it first.
Not to Jean-Philippe, as he should have, but to Gordon Ramsay himself. Gordon ignored the customer, but the guy didn't understand the silent message and kept standing there for a while.
Who is this man throwing food on the whole plate? What's the matter? Well, talk to me.
After which the customer angrily pointed out,
Don't look at me. Excuse me. Don't come in here acting like jumped up like some little gym bunny.
and left the job of communicating complaints to Jean-Philippe.
It's low-grade beef at
Go never
best.
shave, you.
Low-grade dog
Let's go.
at best.
This caused Gordon to go over the top.
Stand strong, buddy. Stand nice and strong. Push your arms out. You look like a whale.
Sorry about the old bag.
That was horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Terrible.
Are you kidding or?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're serious?
On one episode of Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon went to a struggling Italian restaurant called Campagna, where he met the owner, Joe.
Welcome to New Jersey.
As most of the episodes on the show, the food that was served to Gordon was worse than dog food, and dinner service was just as bad, to say the least.
How you doing? I'd like to place an order for a pizza.
Noticing the struggles his restaurant was going through, he made a complete remodeling of the interior as well as the menu, and a relaunch of the restaurant. During the reopening dinner service, the restaurant was crowded with customers eager to try the new food selected personally by Gordon. As expected, everyone loved the food and enjoyed the different flavors he put together.
You have to taste this. This is absolutely unbelievable.
But even good food can't impress everybody.
Absolutely terrible.
One table of customers seemed to hate the food they got.
That I wouldn't even feature my dog.
Because Gordon is an experienced chef, he recognized that these were just people who wanted to cause trouble and personally went to their table. The older woman got up and complained once more to him directly.
Okay, good. But madam, unfortunately, you're talking out your rear. Why don't you just sit down and stop trying to cause trouble?
But the old lady pushed onwards, and he just left her standing at the door while he was apologizing to the entering customers.
So sorry about the old bag.
You look more like a dog than I do.
Oh no.
But that is true. Some people
Yeah, some
literally complain just to complain.
Mm-hmm.
What you thought I was gonna say? Deliberately?
I don't know what you about to say. I'm just listening.
Like I'm T.I. with a choice of words, girl. You already know.
Okay.
We act like this and you new to the show.
Okay.
They ain't new either. Welcome to the show if you in.
Oh my gosh.
one red diner is still not enjoying her appetizer.
You would think that 5 seasons of a show would be enough for someone to learn Gordon Ramsay's manners.
Look how cool she is. Hey, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes, everybody.
But there were still people who wanted to act smart in front of him and critique the food he was letting out of the kitchen.
It's the same damn thing. You played it, the same thing.
On one of Hell's Kitchen's episodes, the already pissed off Gordon had to chase away a lady who whistled at him like a dog.
Totally flat, no flavor. Second time I've had
Okay, thank you.
Gordon politely thanked her and tried to turn back to the contestants and continue with the dinner service. The woman called after the chef one more time, and after being ignored,
Right, don't whistle at me. I'm not your dog, yeah? You look more like a dog than I do.
But it's gonna take more than that to impress me.
Off with you. Fresh beef carpaccio now, yes?
a rather rude comment, but perhaps one that was deserved? And if that wasn't enough, when he sent her food out,
Give that to the dog, yes? Put a lead on it in case she runs off with the plate. Let's go.
take the giraffe back to the table, please.
Can you get out of the way? I'm trying to serve food. Can you get out of the way? Stand out of the way.
There is never enough drama in Hell's Kitchen, and there's always someone that won't be satisfied. Whether it's Gordon being disappointed in his contestants and the way the dinner service went,
Can we have the 2 main courses together?
or the customers for the food they got or didn't get, the end result is never good.
Mine is so good. I'm so sorry you guys don't have anything.
And for some customers that tried to voice their opinion, the end result was even worse. Besides being left with no food, they got chased off in the traditional Hell's Kitchen way.
Move your naturally, yeah?
We saw that in season 3 when a seemingly tall lady came up to the hot plate.
We've been waiting for a long time.
Jean-Philippe,
Gordon asked Jean-Philippe for the lady's table number so he could see where the food was.
take the giraffe back to the table, please. Service, please. Let's go.
You know me, I'm reverse giraffe. I have a short neck and legs.
Although she was shocked at first and seemed like she was waiting for an apology, she realized soon enough that it's of no use to argue with Gordon after he cursed at her once more and quietly went back to her table to wait for her food.
Off, will you, yeah? Get out.
Thank you, and f*** off.
I ain't gonna lie. Would you do that in any other restaurant? Would you go and talk to the chef, or do you talk to your server, the host, management? You don't go right to the chef, no matter what restaurant you are. Like, you might ask to see the chef or ask to speak to a manager, but you don't just get up and go, So don't think you just finna get up. You know what I'm saying? In this situation, just because you know who he is and he's over there. He's personally not cooking the food. He's having other people. He's, you know what I'm saying? Come on now, like, y'all rude, disrespectful.
Dewberry's meltdown has caused the Red Kitchen to come to a screeching halt, and now the customers want some answers.
As a newly opened restaurant, Hell's Kitchen wasn't as famous 17 years ago as it is now. But some things have never changed, and one of those are the struggles during the first few dinner services, when many of the contestants weren't still used to working in a fast-paced, intense environment.
And what about the idiots coming to the hot plate asking for food?
It's worse for them too, Chef.
And as if the pressure of creating a first good impression in front of the clients wasn't enough, Gordon had to deal with some tough customers and additional pressure coming from the dining room.
And some customers have taken matters into their own hands.
Hey, pizza! Can I borrow your phone?
On one of those occasions, a couple approached him telling him they'd been waiting for
About 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Gordon disappointingly told her,
Well, you're a clever girl, aren't you?
and that she could realize what was going on behind him without him having to explain it. After they kept going on about how the time had passed, he completely brushed them off and continued talking to the contestants.
So, why don't you off?
It seemed like even though it was a newly opened business, Gordon had no fear of negative feedback.
The chef said
was the last thing he said.
ridiculous.
Well, what is his problem? He's the one screwing up the food.
You do nothing for me.
Over 2 hours into meal service, and only 8 main courses have come out of the Red Kitchen.
Season 1 of Hell's Kitchen was packed with Gordon's explosive moments, not only with his chef apprentices, but also with the diners. Many decided to skip Jean-Philippe and file their complaints directly at the head chef himself. Not realizing this is a huge mistake.
Well, I'm deeply sorry, but right now we're about 7 tables behind.
And even though Gordon apologized, something he rarely does, and explained the situation politely, the young man just said,
That doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, right. Can I just say you do all for me either?
Sorry.
You do nothing for me either.
After a brief confrontation, in which the male customer told Gordon that he didn't understand why it was so hard to get food out of the kitchen,
It seems like you have a lot of amateur sous chefs.
Right. Finally, your head's coming outside your arsehole. Now sit down, you
dick.
After this comment, he proceeded to chase away the customer with an explosion of curses and proved once more that
Nothing upsets Chef Ramsay more than when customers come to the kitchen.
his confrontation with Vic Reeves.
Welcome back to hell.
Having a celebrity come to your restaurant is something many chefs dream of experiencing, but not Gordon. He treats every customer the same and honestly is not hesitant to flip someone off if they're acting rude, no matter who the customer is.
Could I possibly have 2 fried eggs?
Even Jean-Philippe was hesitant and didn't deny his mundane order.
I'm not here sweating my fucking balls off to cook some dickhead a fried egg.
He could have left it there, but like a moth drawn to the flame, or celebrity after too much white wine, he insisted on talking to Gordon in person.
He wasn't even bothered when he found out who the customer was and had no problem with telling him, to his face,
You think I'm here to cook you a fucking fried egg?
Reeves continued to argue with Ramsay, and during this confrontation,
Are you that much of a pleb? Do you come out to eat in a fucking smart restaurant with good food and you order a fried egg?
Vic Reeves told him that he doesn't like anything on the menu, to which Gordon repeats his answer that he won't make him any eggs. He then turned back to the kitchen and his cooks and ignored Reeves' further requests.
I respect you guys, hey, more than that kind of shit, yes?
Would you mind taking your breasts off my hot plate?
I don't mind that though, because to be honest, a lot of celebrities feel as though like just because I am who I am, I make the amount of money I make, I should get whatever I want when I want it. Yeah. That's not how life works though. You have to realize like, bro, everybody's not waiting on your hands and feet. Like you just another human being just like another person. No matter what your bank account looks like. Like chill.
Although most of the diners have received their food, one customer is tired of waiting.
There isn't a kitchen where the working environment is tenser than Hell's Kitchen. The contestants fight their way to the top in front of millions of viewers under difficult circumstances that not many are able to work in.
It's under the immense pressure and scrutiny from chef that people stumble.
The dinner service started horribly with chefs cooking scallops in a pan that wasn't a non-stick one.
If you saute scallops in a non-stick pan, they won't stick. That's why it's called non-stick.
Followed by a few raw chicken steaks, Gordon's all-time arch enemy. Food was running late and there were some mad customers in the dining room and an even madder Gordon on the other side of the aisle. So when a disgruntled diner approached the hot plate asking how long she will have to wait for her beef, Gordon immediately turned and told her,
Do you mind taking your breath off my hot plate? Yeah, look at that. How can I serve food with those things there?
After the woman started flipping trays of food that were ready for serving, security was called and escorted the lady and her friends out of the restaurant. People don't seem to know how to choose the right moment to complain to Gordon.
With an entire table's food on the floor, it's the worst possible moment for a late arrival.
Diced or whole?
There's no pumpkin.
There's no pumpkin.
I don't want it.
This one is one of the Gordon moments people still talk about.
I'll get you more pumpkin and I'll ram it right up your arse.
It's a true representation of Gordon's explosive character combined with his hilariously genius English insults, even though it was obvious that he was pissed off at a horrible first dinner service.
Nearly an hour into the dinner service, and the only food that's reached the customers is bread.
It wasn't enough for a young male diner to back away from coming to him and asking for more pumpkin in his risotto.
There's no pumpkin in it. Yeah. This is like ordering risotto with no rice.
After he kept asking for more pumpkin in his risotto, Gordon asked again if he could stop being rude and let him talk.
Are you always going to be that rude and interrupt when I'm trying to talk?
But some people seem to just love provoking Ramsay and pushing him into a deeper state of rage.
Right, well I'll get you more pumpkin, I'll ram it right up your Would you like it whole or diced?
And of course, after the situation, no other customer dared to approach the kitchen.
I just want more pumpkin, that's all I want.
Escort the two bimbos back to plastic.
He said, do you want it whole or diced?
Bro, you get it how it's served, bro. Like that's like going anywhere and just be like, that's like going to Olive Garden and getting chicken. Well, they will use more Alfredo, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of disrespectful to like. Especially, but you gotta understand these are high end restaurants. Mm-hmm. You gonna get the dish how you get it. If you don't like it, just be like, I prefer.
Don't eat it.
Yeah, I prefer.
Or take it, but tell them.
Oh, can I get that comp?
Yeah,
it's ways to handle this situation. I want
like
more pumpkin in my
risotto. You ain't going in the kitchen and telling y'all to put enough pumpkin in here. Yeah.
Surgery.
They were hungry, they were getting a little cranky, and there's nothing too much I could do at that point.
During a tense night of butchered lambs and raw salmon, a young lady, probably unfamiliar with Gordon's character, came up to him complaining about how long she and her friends had been waiting for their food.
Can you get his attention, please?
Do something well
Chef.
done. Can you just for 30 seconds?
Although it was the first ever Hell's Kitchen episode and Gordon's manners were unknown to the audience, you would expect this to be a good enough lesson and teach anyone not to bother Gordon while he's working.
Just ignore these bimbos.
But her friend didn't seem to take Gordon seriously and had some other ideas in her mind. Instead of sitting patiently, she went back to Gordon with the first girl and told him he insulted her friend.
You told her
Oh, really? Did I? Can you tell her I meant it?
And if you know Gordon, you know he doesn't care about other random people's feelings.
Jean-Philippe Soufflet, can you escort these two ladies, please? Back to plastic surgery?
It's one of those situations you can't help but laugh at.
Service and standards are far more important than some bimbo.
Although some of these comments are unbelievable to some, Gordon still manages to tell them in a way that makes the whole situation pretty funny. It seems like the saying "the customer's always right" doesn't apply to him. Stick around and enjoy more Babbletop videos by clicking on them. Don't miss.
I ain't gonna lie. Do you blame him, though? Do you blame him? I don't at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people need to learn they play. There's a place for everything. But understand there's boundaries as well.
Yeah, boundaries, yeah.
And know your role. Stay behind boundaries, bro. Like, at a restaurant.
Like you said in the beginning, like any other time you go any other place, you ain't going in the back.
Y'all see what be going on in the Waffle House? Come scrutinize. Damn. You finna fight the whole
the whole staff, okay?
They ready for you. Duty. So if you won't do it at the Waffle House, don't just because Gordon is who he is, don't feel I'm bold enough to approach it.
I'm gonna just say whatever I want because he's not gonna say anything.
Now if the food nasty, he needs to know the food nasty, leave some reviews and stuff.
Do that. That's different. Do that.
There's ways to handle it.
That's what. Yes, there's a way to do everything.
Man. With that being said, y'all spam us up. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. But as always, y'all know how it goes. I do go by the name DJ the Kid. You are? We are.
Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.